It's Amanju. Welcome back to Murder on Eridanos. You know, I've been tracking down dead-end leads for a while now. I feel like I'm no closer to any answers. The latest lead I've been trying to follow up on is the fact that Halcyon Helen was poisoned before her death. Although I think it's pretty obvious that Woolrich poisoned her. I think it's pretty obvious that Woolrich poisoned her in order to knock her out of commission so that he could steal the spotlight for the grand premiere of Spectrum Brown. And when she ended up dead, well, Woolrich kind of panicked. He was worried that the poisoning might have had something to do with it, or even if it didn't, it might, put suspicion on him. But I think that's kind of obvious, and I don't know that there's much point in continuing to follow up on the lead of tracking down that bellhop that gave Woolrich the poison that he used. But still, I don't want to be accused by any prosecuting attorney or defense attorney of being sloppy in my investigation, so I have to follow through on all the leads that I have. Besides that, the location where the bellhop ran off to, I think, is the same place where that Prophet of Profitability has her seminars, so that's another lead for me to follow up on. And while I'm in this area here, I believe there might be some information that leads me to Black Hole Birdie, that he might have frequented a bar or something in this area, and you can see I have a quest marker pointing me toward a possible location where I might find him. I'd certainly like to talk to him too. So I'm going to spend a little time wandering around searching this area and talking to people, see if I can track down Black Hole Birdie, and then we'll continue to follow up on those leads about the poisoning.
Huh?
Yeah, it's exactly what I say. Huh? What's going on in the Harbor Master office?
You got an appointment?
I have an appointment with Destiny.
Appointment?
With Destiny! Yeah, can I speak to Cedric, please?
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Well, no, but I'd like to speak to Cedric.
No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon.
You're not very friendly.
They don't pay me to be friendly. They pay me to keep hooligans out of Mr. Kincannon's hair.
There'll be no trouble for me. I'm not the type.
I got a sixth sense for troublemakers. Ain't convinced you're not one, but Mr. Kincannon will have to be the judge of that. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Ah, see? There you go. I just had to talk nice and they let me up. I do want to talk to Mr. Cannon too, because an entry in the computer log in the suite that used to be Halcyon Helen's room from Kincannon suggested that he suspected that Halcyon Helen was here for more than just the premiere of Spectrum Brown. Hi, dude.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by. Here for my alibi, I assume.
Why, do you have one ready? Sure, let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
Oh, it sounds like hard work. So, could Elliot Nasser verify that, or are they dead?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
Maybe you shouldn't have been so forthcoming with your non-alibi. I'm just saying, you could have just kept your mouth shut about it. Yeah, so that's not a great alibi.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
How so? So, how did she make you a fortune?
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I've a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
So the guy you tortured wasn't the source of your missing cargo.
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
Huh? What's gone missing specifically?
Nothing unsavory, and nothing Ludovico shouldn't know about, if that's your concern. I'm quite serious when I say Slug is a legitimate business. As to the specifics, I'm not sure. The warehouse foreman should be able to tell you. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
Okay, if you know the difference, then explain it to me, because I'm totally lost. What's the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing? What? Huh? What? I know my character's supposed to be a moron, but this game is totally making me feel like a moron. What's the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing? What am I missing? Anyway, this is kind of outside the scope of my investigation in any case.
Really? That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
Well, dumb luck's done a lot for me.
Has it? I wonder, how much of your luck has been luck, and how much are you downplaying as chance? Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads. Me, scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
Well, I guess we all do what we're best at. You know, I feel like I'm not really in a position to say no.
Really, Inspector, no need to flatter me. I assure you, you're already very much in my good graces. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Before I start with that, I had some other questions.
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Well, let's start here, because this is most recent revelation. The constable's dead.
Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
This was definitely murder.
It seems murder is becoming an unsettling trend on Eridanos as of late. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keene's passing. When you find her killer, please be certain to make them suffer.
Did you know much about the constable?
Would it surprise you to hear that, despite being on opposite sides of the law, we were friends? That her loss comes as a sudden blow. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless. I'm also saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know.
Boy, I'd love to see you playing cards with the constable.
She was fond of a 0G, though I cannot begin to imagine why. But let's discuss something else. Do you have other matters requiring my attention?
Yeah, I have a few more questions about Helen.
Very well.
Did you have any dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
No wonder you thought she was into something suspicious. Yeah, didn't that strike you as odd?
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
You know more than you're telling me about this.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
I think you just made my point. I'm the inspector! I'm supposed to ask about this kind of stuff. Yeah, I think I made my point.
Yes, I suppose you have. Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes.
Alright, look. I'm pretty sure you didn't kill her, but... do you have any idea who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
No. No, clearly not. Clearly I don't, and clearly you don't either.
This murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
So you're saying there's something I'm still missing?
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on Eridanos with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown. I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
You flatter me. Alright, well, I guess that's all I wanted to know. I hope I'd have more than just your hunches, that you'd have something more concrete, but that's something.
One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me?
Well, the real answer to that is not one of these options. The real answer to that was that message on Halcyon Helen's terminal that said he suspected she was here for something other than just to premiere the release of Spectrum Brown. That's why I'm talking to him now, but that's not one of the options here. So what do I say? I guess just a hunch.
I see. What a shame your hunch didn't pan out.
True.
Now then, did you need anything else?
What's the deal with you and Ludovico anyway?
The original incident? I made him an offer he should have refused.
And now he regrets ever doing business with you.
An excellent deduction, Inspector. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
Ah. How fine of a fine print are we talking about? I mean, did he need, like, magnification to read it?
Still technically visible to the human eye, but only just. You're quite good at this. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
You outfoxed him, huh? Well, I guess I'd call him a fool for not being able to get it back from you again.
To his credit, he has tried. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Why do you care what the board thinks?
Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain a seat on it. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
Yeah, he should be careful what he gets himself involved in.
Perhaps. Lou's not an unclever man, Inspector. He's just not much of a reader.
Alright, I think that's enough information for now. I don't really need to ask about the... I don't know if you can even call it an attack outside. Clearly it was just a bunch of guys that were high that had nothing to do with Slug at all. Excuse me, Cedric. I have business to attend to. He said to feel free to search his place, so... Let's look around here a little bit. See if I can find any evidence. No evidence in here. Is this evidence? That's evidence. I'm taking it. This is also evidence. Come on back here. Is there more evidence? Ooh, nice little balcony. Wait. That's not evidence. Ooh, tossball card. Evidence.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh.
A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed.
That gun on the bottom looks special. Has it been customized?
Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder, most likely the rifle's owner. Additionally, the plasma rifle sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a shooter with slight myopia in one eye.
What? Plasma rifle, you say? Halcyon Helen was killed by a plasma rifle. Let's look at these fingerprints.
The fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon.
Just as I suspected. Not that someone couldn't have assessed their cabinet using gloves, but the simplest solution is often the right one. Okay.
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
Weird. I don't know, though. Halcyon Helen could have been killed by any plasma weapon. It doesn't necessarily have to have been that one. Well, certainly, Mr. Kincannon doesn't have much of an alibi. Hey, wait a minute. The Dissonant Queen, Chapter 3. Some hours had passed since Helen's entry into the Dissonant hideout. She had fought no small number of slugmen, destroying the abominations in singular fashion, and had met several employees from many corporations, each forcibly taken by the Dissonants to use as test subjects. One such freed captive, who had called himself Hephaestus Harry, had accompanied her as she descended into the lair of the Dissonant Queen. Helen had exchanged only a few words with him, and now would be able to exchange no others, as the man now lay in a bloody heap at the foot of the Dissonant Queen, who Helen now saw was not a person, but a tremendous mutant slug. The Dissonants who had apparently been guarding her were themselves quite dead, and lay in various stages of mastication throughout the room. The Queen feasted on Harry's remains, but as Helen stepped forward, the monster wriggled around to face her. A true queen for a gang of parasites, Helen shouted. The Dissonant Queen reared back, opening its mandibles wide, and gave an inhuman shriek that shook the very foundation of the base.
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Alright. Doesn't look like I have an option to talk about the gun. It's interesting. There's no way I could pin that down as definitely the murder weapon. These guys would probably be bothered if I tried to pick this lock right now, wouldn't they? Well. Alright, let's continue looking about. Well, that was some useful background about the relationship between Ludovenko and Kincannon. Definitely helpful to know. Put that away. Oh, here are these mysterious assailants. Dare I talk to them? Only if I'm armed.
No hard feelings, right? Take it easy. We're leaving.
Alright. I guess they're minding their own business now. What's down here? Wait a minute. Restricted area requires ID. Alright, let's not go there yet then. Does this lead up to Kincannon's, outside Kincannon's office? Yep. Nice place you got here.
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible.
All right. Sounds good to me. What do you got for trade? Thank you, my good sir. It's the outside. Okay. This way. What's this way? Ah. Ah.
Hey, I saw your ship. The Unreliable, right? It's a
Yeah.
real beauty.
It is a beauty. Thank you for noticing.
Hey there. Word around the spaceport is that you came in on the Unreliable. You a new crewmate?
I'm Og. Sorry to tell you, but Hawthorne's dead. The ship was left to me.
I see. Well, this would have been easier with Hawthorne, but I hope that if you're flying his ship, it means you're a freelancer too. Wonder if you can help me.
And I wonder if you can pay me. I'm listening.
I run an outfit for the moving of less than legal goods. There's a particular piece of cargo needs delivering to a particular individual in the spaceport. Thing is, I don't know where the cargo is right now. The crewmate who handles that is in the clink for getting a little too disorderly in town. We've already attracted too much attention. Too risky to visit her myself. That's where you come in. You help us out, I'll give you an equal cut of our pay.
I'm interested. What do you want me to do?
Great to hear. First, you need to go meet the crewmate who got herself jailed. Cassidy Mills is the name. She'll know where the cargo is.
And how will she know that I'm working with you? I met her already, and she wouldn't give me the frickin' time of day.
Oh, yeah, right. We have a secret phrase. I like boneless spratwurst. Say that and she'll know you're a friend.
But what if I don't like boneless spratwurst?
Look, nobody does. That's why it's a good passphrase.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I'll get going.
Be seeing ya. Remember, Cassidy's at the constabulary. She might be a little wary, so be careful.
I got ya. Ernest Padilla.
Haven't seen you around before, but that ain't no problem. All are welcome at the Copper Bottom Cantina, so long as their bits are good, huh? Can I get you something?
Hey, anything interesting happen around here lately?
Nah. No, but some folks have been saying there was some kind of fight between a mechanical and some spacers last night. I didn't see it myself, and seems far-fetched. Deputy Wine Taster ain't exactly prone to wandering, nor are most other mechanicals that I'm aware of. There's a new Void Dan burn on my nice clean floor, but I think it's the doing of one of my customers.
All right, well, let's see what you have on tap. Spectrum Orange. Do I have Spectrum Orange? One way to find out. I have Spectrum Violet, Yellow, Red, Black, Orange. I have Orange. He also sells Red and Green. Do I have Green? I don't think I have Green. Do I have Green? I don't think I have Spectrum Green. That might be the one I'm missing. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a minute. Let me check that. 8 flavors. I have all 8 variants of Spectrum Vodka. I'm gonna have to take a trip out to get that eventually.
Hey, I think I know you. You're that inspector they hired, right?
Yeah. That's me. Black Hole Birdie? Why are you wearing that awesome hat?
What do you want?
You're Black Hole Birdie.
Shh, not so loud.
How'd you know it was me?
You know, I am an inspector.
Yeah, that makes sense. You must be a good one to sniff me out. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto.
That is an awesome hat, by the way.
Captain, are you blind? Have you been hiding your blindness from us this entire time?
Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
You know, chin up, man. I'm an inspector, and I'm not very bright either.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring things out than me. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help?
First, tell me about that picnic with Helen. Why'd you smash up your picnic?
Oh, the picnic. Right. I get real mad sometimes. Ugly mad. Something I've been working on, but when Helen said we were through, I lost it.
I thought as much. You broke up. What did you do after the picnic?
I got blotto with the other Rangers.
You what?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
Blutered, half shot, void lush, on the Byzantine swizzle, starry. 1 bit down, 3 bits up, spread across the spectrum. Top heavy. Should I go on?
Are you calling me stupid?
Drunk, Captain.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air.
So where did you go?
We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow. There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her.
This raises so many other questions. How? How? Clearly, that's where the woolly cow on the VIP floor came from, but how the heck did you... How?
Oh, wow. That's real clever of you to figure out. Helen would have liked you, I'd wager. Say, is the cow okay?
Well, beside being a bit hungover, yeah. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
That's good. I hope she doesn't have a hangover or nothing.
I
My
suspect
memory's
she has a
little
crushing
muddled after
hangover.
that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time.
I don't suppose there was anyone at the pilot house that could back that up?
I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right? She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief.
Did you find it?
Sure did. Only there was a guard out there who found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was.
A guard? Are you saying that a guard got the data pad? Well, what did you do?
Long story short, I got out of there. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone.
I'm not sure what any of that means, but I'm going to take it to mean that you ran fast. So did anyone else see you that night? Think hard. Anyone? Anywhere else?
Yeah, no. Nope. No one else.
you know, having a witness would help you. Unless you're hiding something.
I don't. All we did was talk, I swear. It's just, I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
You know you're already in trouble. Do you know who Nyoka is?
Should I?
Ever seen Terror on Monarch, Birdie?
Yeah.
You remember that part when she narrowly escapes the clutches of the Sulphur Queen and her pet Raptidons? They based it on me, Birdie. I'm the Queen of Monarch, and our captain here's got a ship.
They did? That doesn't seem right. Is that right?
I think we ought to take Birdie here on a little getaway. Take him home. Show him what I've done with the place.
Yeah, introduce him to a Mantiqueen. I'm sure he'd like that.
And her millions of little children. Ever been eaten alive from the inside?
What? No! This doesn't sound like a fun getaway at all. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down.
So, Auric, was that your bookie? Murder's confidant? Secret paramour with whom you're having a torrid affair?
Confidant is like confidence. What's torrid mean?
Trust me, I don't even know what half of those words mean. Who's Auric, Birdie?
Don't get the wrong idea, okay? Auric's not a bad guy. He's just got an unusual job. So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers.
Wait.
Don't know if I'll ever drink again.
Do you mean to tell me you still have the data pad? Let's see that data pad.
Oh, yeah, you'll probably want to... Yeah, of course. Of course. Helen sure did have the prettiest handwriting.
Sorry about Helen, Birdie.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Sorry. Here you go, Inspector. Hopefully they make more sense to you. I couldn't make heads or tails of them. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing.
Well, alright, thanks. I'll take a look at him.
Okay. And listen, I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble.
Honestly, that's not such a bad idea. But if you start threatening witnesses, when I don't tell you to, I'll throw you in jail myself.
I'm not threatening nobody. Gee, I'd try to help someone out. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else.
Nope, you're free to go. Well, there's an interesting development. Her data pad. The contents of this data pad are incomprehensible to you. It seems to be written in code. Several pages of unrelated words, sentence fragments, and seemingly random numbers conceal its true meaning. Bummer. Well, I'm gonna need some way to decode that. Well, there's more to check out around here. I should wander around a little more. But not that way.
Somehow,
It's like Auric West is right over here.
I don't think the freelancers and sublight agents are staying at the Grand Colonial.
Is the Grand Colonial too grand for your bit cartridge? Enjoy moderate luxury. Buy a bunk. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground is not responsible for any damage incurred by you while you rent this unit. Slug does not guarantee the condition of this unit or any amenities therein. Slug does not guarantee that this unit is vermin-free. The corpses of any vermin killed by the user, intentionally or otherwise, are property of Slug. Removal of said corpses will be met with a fine of no less than 1,000 bits. By agreeing to rent this unit, you waive any right to pursue Slug for damages. I don't think I want to rent a place there right now.
I tried a little Spectrum Brown. Tastes great. Once you get past the dead slug in every bottle.
Yeah, gross, right?
Hey, pal. Over here.
Howdy.
Hey there. You looking to unwind, friend? Maybe you're on your way to the bar for a good time? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more kick?
Better than beer?
Bold claim, I know. But I wouldn't lie to you, friend. The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic pharmaceuticals, natural substances and the like. You know, alternative stuff. I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. I do. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's box. Better than nature, right? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture, not all of them are as good for you as the board wants you to believe.
Really?
Alternatives. That's the way to go, pal. Trust me. No matter what ails you, I got what you need.
I'm intrigued by your pitch. What alternatives do you sell?
What do I sell? I've got premium shit, my friend. Vitamins like you wouldn't believe. Calcium, vitamin D, reverse vitamin D. I got everything, my friend. You got stress problems? I got stress solutions. Aromatherapy eases the mind. Diluted mantisaur essence, best kept secret in the business.
It's probably just ground up fast ration pills. Or it's the real thing, which is an incredibly dangerous hallucinogen that tastes disgusting.
And if you're a real freak, techniques to calm yourself by fooling your own mind. If they can tame the rage of a certain well-known tossball star, they can help anybody.
Yeah, about that. I'd like to ask you some questions about Bertie Holcomb.
Wait, you ain't a sheriff, right? You gotta tell me if you're a sheriff.
I'm a freelance inspector brought in to investigate the death of Halcyon Helen.
I'll be honest, I don't really know where that puts us.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't either. And I'm not going to arrest anybody if I don't know if that's even allowed.
Can't argue with that logic. Yeah, I know, Bertie. What do you want to know?
I heard you taught Bertie some breathing techniques.
Yeah, that was me. Bertie's got a temper, but he's not a bad kid, you know? He's trying to work on it.
How do you know Bertie?
He may or may not buy alternatives from me from time to time. A little diluted mantisaur essence here, a little vitamin B negative there.
So much for an athlete's body being a temple. Does he have some kind of substance problem?
Nah. What Bertie's got is a stress problem. He's stressed out of his mind, the poor guy. Everyone knows his name. Can't turn around without having to sign an autograph. Then you throw in playing tossball for a living. Violence like that, it does things to a body. It does things to the head.
Yeah, probably the repeated blows to the head.
Come on. Bertie's a damn good hacker, but taking that many blows to the noggin would scramble anyone's upstairs business. I know it's knocked a few of his memories loose. I worry about him, that's all. He's a good kid. Got a good heart.
Alright, well, was Bertie with you the night Halcyon Helen was killed?
Yeah. Damn shame about that. Bertie thought the world of Helen, you know. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep.
Alright, well, I guess that's all I need to know for now. Thank you. That kind of confirms his alibi. Not that I suspected him of trouble before. Huh. Can rent units here, not that I'd want to.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Howdy.
We're the future of Sublight. Just you wait and see.
What's this building that says security on it? Ugh, I just don't feel like stealing anything anymore. What's this? Spaceport Security Protocol Checklist. Wait for docking procedure to finish, including ship captain wiring their docking fee. Greet the captain of the dock ship and request their docking fee. If repeat visitor, charge double the docking fee. Will not be contacted in advance. Retrieve cargo manifest. Charge a flat percentile-based tariff on each piece of cargo. Charge double if captain was surly. If captain complains for any reason, call slug fixers. Offer cargo insurance for 5,000 bit fee. If captain declines, notify slug fixers to rearrange their cargo later. Retrieve loading mechanicals to move cargo to shipping yard. Open and inspect cargo. Anything not mentioned in cargo manifest, including stowaway, vermin, or additional cargo, imparts a 2,000 bit fine per pound of cargo individual animal found. If no additional unmentioned cargo is found, plant your own. Yeah, it's a nice way to operate. So who was it I was supposed to talk about? Who was it here that I was supposed to talk to about cargo going missing? It was you, wasn't it?
You one of the new workers? A lost tourist? Wait, I don't care. Just don't knock anything over.
I've got some questions for you.
Hey, if it meant I could ignore my work, I'd let you talk to me about sprat reproductive practices. Ask away.
Not really interested in talking about sprat reproductive practices. Why would you even bring that up? So how do you manage the shipping yard?
This terminal makes it pretty easy to match a ship's cargo to its manifest. If it ain't on the terminal, then it's someone else's problem.
And what's so bad about doing that?
Nothing. I just hate working.
Preach, buddy. Preach.
Figured it wouldn't last. Anything else?
See ya. Hang on. So where's this foreman I have to ask about the missing cargo? Hang on a minute. Shh. I don't see anybody back here. Oh, I can't pick that. All right. Let me just do a quick spy out over here. I don't see anybody back here. This looks like it might be a back way into here. All right, hold that thought. I'm not going to go trespassing around here without good reason. Let's go talk to the foreman.
Hi there! Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, wait half a second. You're the inspector. Sorry about that. I'll buzz you right in.
Thank you.
Feel free to have a look around, sir.
Wait a second. Where was that person? Can we talk? Apparently not.
Wonder how many of these boxes fell off the back of a loader.
Yeah. Fell off a truck. I'd like to have some words with you.
Welcome back, Inspector.
Guess I can't. Oh. There's a lever to open and close the lobby door.
We're the future of sublight. Just you wait and see.
Whoops. Just have a look around. It looks like there might be some evidence over there of some kind. Gotta remember to make use of this thing more.
Is Fight Night still on then?
Yeah, we're on. I got 500 riding on Dr. Billy taking it all.
You bet on a sprat named Dr. Billy? What's he a doctor of?
Victory.
Yeah, that tracks.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
There's something up there, if I could figure out how to get to it.
You're being absurd. Sprats can't earn doctorates.
Tell that to the good doctor. He does what he wants.
That's multiple years of study. Do sprats even live that long?
No idea. All I know is he's going for a second doctorate in netting me an obscene amount of money.
Holy crap! It's a spread of unusual size.
The biology of this sprat is highly unusual. This sprat has been in contact with multiple parasites, yet shows no symptoms of infection.
Hey, Nyoka, you know a lot about wildlife. Can you shed any light on this?
Sprats are hardy little shits. Their immune system fights off pretty much everything.
Why is it so big?
A cursory analysis of this organism's anatomy suggests it was bred deliberately for its unusually large size.
What would anyone want an unusually large sprat for?
Based on slug records of board-issued punitive sanctions against sublight salvage and shipping, this sprat is most likely intended for cage fighting.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. I think that was the thing that I noted. That's what those people were talking about, sprat fights. What is that? Broken glass or something. Scary robot.
Hey there, little buddy. Isn't she just the cutest?
Well, on this side of the cage, from a distance, yeah, it's precious. Hi, buddy.
We don't toss troublemakers out of airlocks. We just throw them over the edge.
Yeah, so much more humane.
Wait, maybe this N-ray warning isn't decorative.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own. I didn't even know they met.
Alright, let's see. Where is the person I need to talk to? Up here someplace?
I'm pretty happy working for Slug. Mr. Kincannon treats us...
Hello there.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect?
Never and every day. So, when you say the cargo's gone missing, do you mean it's gone missing or it's gone missing? Because I think it's important to distinguish between cargo that's going missing and cargo that's going missing. You know what I mean? Anyway, as far as, shooting a suspect, I call it closing the case. It's part of the job.
Case. Just like a real inspector. Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigation?
Well, can you explain to me the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing? You know, because it's important, I think, in cracking this case to know the difference between cargo that's gone missing and cargo that's gone missing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's been stolen anyway?
That's the weird part. There's no pattern far as I can tell. The thefts don't make sense. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop?
Whoever this culprit is, they're not fencing the stolen goods. They want them for something.
Yeah, probably not. No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's choice sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft. 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder.
Maybe the perp needed a lot of ink?
I wish they hadn't stolen the blue pens. We can never keep enough of those in stock.
Alright, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but who has access to the cargo?
Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager, he told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo.
Maybe there's a problem with the automechs. They're always suspicious in any case, but it might explain why it's so random what's going missing.
Could be. Those things'll break if you so much as look at them funny. That's Benton's area, but don't bother asking him for help. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the whole head told me he couldn't help because he was dead.
Huh, he didn't look very dead when I saw him. Is he dead?
Brain dead, maybe. But no. My point is that if you think the automechs are a lead, you'll have to check on them yourself.
Fair enough.
Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined.
Well... Anyway, that's enough for now.
Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours.
Thanks. Anything on there I should know about?
Oh no, I forgot to delete all of those incriminating messages I sent about which cargo to steal. Nah, I do have a list of cargo that's gone missing though, if that helps any.
Well, it helps me know what to look for. Insert Foreman Terminal key card. Let's see incoming messages. Here's a list of what's gone missing so far, or at least everything I've noticed. See what I mean about there not being a pattern? I ask you, Benton, who would steal Nan or Spank, let alone pictures of Spencer Woolrich? If the thief wasn't skimming from Cedric Kincannon, of all people, I'd figure they were doing it for kicks and giggles. Yeah, that definitely sounds like malfunctioning robots. Alright, we gotta check out those automechs.
If I were the killer, I'd hide the body in one of those crates. No one would find it for years.
I think the killer's concerned about hiding the bodies. More clues.
Timeline discrepancy detected near. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
Short-range transmission capabilities. The receiver must be somewhere nearby.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location.
Moo.
Poor woolly cow impression transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range.
So how long has it been here?
Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface.
What about the surrounding area?
The area within a 0.5 meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles.
So apparently don't have a cleaning lady. But it's not very dusty. It must have been placed fairly recently.
That is highly likely, Inspector.
Okay.
What's that you found? No, wait, don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Alright, fine. I won't tell you there's a bug in your room. Receiver location is down there somewhere. How do I get down there from here? Parkour. It's not down here. Wait, is it one of these rooms here? No. Where is it?
nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered.
Ew. How long has it been on the ground?
Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus, the receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Any clues who put it there?
Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device.
Alright, well, I'll take it. With gloves. Hacked mechanical. That's a promising development.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger.
Okay, what's the new trigger?
There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Unsanctioned data log? Well, what signs are there on unusual behavior?
Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Alright, well, let's have a look inside this thing.
Nice and easy.
I can't pick its pocket.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate the cargo to be transported and its destination. How can this automechanical assist you?
I'm here to look at your data logs.
Certainly. Access panel is now unlocked.
Let's mash all the buttons and see what it does.
Ejecting data log 17C. Alert. Failsafe protocol triggered. Kill mode initiated. Preparing to end user.
Wait, I need to ask you something.
Understood. This unit is programmed to facilitate user queries. Kill mode pause. User termination to follow.
What's on the data log you just ejected?
The ejected data log contains instructions to move cargo shipment 687 outside the boundaries of the shipping yard. It also contains instructions to move randomized cargo shipments outside the boundaries of the shipping yard at intervals of 1 to 4 days.
Now I understand. Someone was trying to steal a specific shipment, but they wanted to cover their tracks by stealing other random stuff so it wouldn't look suspicious. So what was in shipment 6875?
Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists.
Of course it doesn't. Alright. I believe I owe you a fight.
Kill mode re-engaged. Have a nice day.
They're on us.
I will now. Freaking mechanical. What was that maneuver? Yoko, what are you doing? She just took a nosedive on top of it. That thing was pretty tough, but it's dead now.
My kind of.
I should have known the other robots would go after me. End that thing.
I am a.
Is it dead yet? Not getting any analysis of how many hit points it has left. I'll just keep whacking at it until it's dead. I don't think it's dead yet. Now it's dead. You guys okay? Oh, that hurt my reputation with Sublight. Oh, man. I wonder how bad my reputation is now. Sublight salvage and shipping is confused. Sublight underground is neutral. I haven't done much to hurt their reputation. Alright, well, maybe Cedric will know what's supposed to be in that shipping container. Let's have a talk with him.
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I may have actually concluded an investigation. I solved the cargo skimming issue.
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened?
You've got a bit of a security problem.
What makes you say that?
Somebody bypassed the loading mech's security system and rewired them to skim random goods.
Damn, you're good. Hacking the automechs. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern.
That's the point. They were trying to cover up what they were really after.
A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that slug would soon possess it.
Check your pockets.
Okay, that's very impressive. Don't ever touch me again. Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device?
Sure was. And whoever this device belongs to, that's our culprit.
Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research.
What? And she used it to research slug shipments instead.
Unbelievable. I helped her. Gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn.
I don't think it was anything personal.
This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead, and that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground.
Nobody actually put her in the ground, you know. She was on the grand ballroom floor, and now she's in the morgue.
I'm going to pretend you're joking. My point, metaphor aside, is that the woman is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not.
I suppose not.
Again, I appreciate your assistance with this matter, and with the larger mystery at hand. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Okay, well, have fun with that. Well, shoot. Now I'm curious to know what was in that shipping container that she wanted to steal. Is there any way I could find that out? Alright, and I'm back in the RR&DD labs. Full disclosure, I actually used fast travel to get here. Yeah, I know. It's not like me, but I did use fast travel to get here. Because I believe I have all the different variations of Spectrum, which I can use to open the case. All Spectrum flavors detected, opening case. Spectrum Gatling.
Captain, you just found a Rizzo's product I might actually like.
Dibs. Mega dibs. You give that directly to me.
Yoka, I might just take you up on that, but let me look at it. Developed in Rizzo's Research and Development District labs, this minigun is both inspired and powered by Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. Shoot some vodka shots and taste the painbow. That is cool. I might just give it to Nyoka, but first I'm going to need to tinker with it a little bit, make some modifications to it. Maybe I'll test it out myself. But I think I've done enough for today. Well, I've found some leads. Definitely have more information about what Halcyon Helen has been up to. She was stealing stuff from a cargo shipment. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure why. But it probably has something to do with why she was killed. But now I have a new cool science weapon to try out and test out. And maybe give it to Nyoka, because it sounds like she'd really want it.
We got time.
And I probably need to head back to the hotel suite to check in. But it looks like if I look at the quest log here, Bellhop Owens, last heard from in the Wilderness Exploration Reserve. Black Hole Birdie was at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. And the Prophet of Profitability is operating out of the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. So it looks to me like all roads are pointing to the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. And I think I'll check that out next time on Amon Chooses Murder on Eridanos.